Hollywood is trying to defend Disney from YouTube. Yes, you heard that right. The big fight between Bob Iger and YouTube TV continues. Customers are allegedly getting angry, but the trades want to hide who they're angry with. And what if we told you it's at Mickey Mouse? It's at the Mousy Messiah himself, the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger. And in this video, we'll explain why there doesn't seem to be any way for Disney to win this one. Are you missing your live sports on YouTube TV? Are you missing your Monday Night Football? Well, folks, like Charlie Brown and Lucy, Disney continues to move the ball right on away from YouTube. But exclusively here, we're going to tell you just how much bigger YouTube is than all of Disney combined, and why this time Disney is picking on the wrong company. It's not going to go well. We'll explain why. Folks, swell the signal of this video by clicking the like button, and here we go. Literally breaking within minutes of recording, folks. Take a look at this out of Variety from Todd Spangler. Our panel has not had a chance to even know about this. I'm going through it a little bit in the dark. I've read through it briefly, but we've got a new survey out, and it looks like the Hollywood trades might be trying to defend Disney because this headline is definitely not the big news from what we've got for you. YouTube TV subscribers increasingly irate over Disney blackout. 24% say they have already canceled or plan to soon. In other words, they're leaving YouTube. But get ready, because I've got some analysis here I want to go over. I'm going to show you how they're shading this in a way that is shady at least. It says it's day 7 of the blackout of ESPN, ABC, and other Disney networks on YouTube TV, and the patience of the internet TV services subscribers is wearing thin. Disney nets went dark on YouTube TV service just before midnight on October 30th, after Disney and Google were far apart on a deal before the expiration of the previous contract. The main beef. Where's the beef? Well, it is this, the price. Google says Disney is demanding an unprecedented fee increase for the full suite of ESPN channels, ABC, and more, while Disney says the tech giant has been refusing to pay fair rates for our channels. By the way, that's not the full issue. The other issue is that Disney itself is a provider in Hulu, and YouTube TV is alleging that they are purposefully giving an advantage to Hulu, which is losing badly to YouTube TV. For YouTube TV subscribers, the irritation has been growing higher every day. The blackout goes on after they have missed a week of programming, including last Saturday's college football on ESPN and Monday Night Football. According to a new survey, and this is going to be from Drive Research, who I have never heard before. Christian, have you ever heard of Drive Research?
No, it doesn't ring a bell at all.
Got anybody else on the panel ever heard of Drive Research?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
not a big one then. Well, you know, maybe we just don't know about the big one.
We should ask McKinsey to look into that for us.
Yeah. According to a new survey, when YouTube TV subscribers were asked what they have done or plan to do in response to the Google-Disney standoff, 24% said they have already canceled or intend to cancel their YouTube TV subscription because the service no longer delivers the core content they signed up for. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. That's a funny number. Just everybody pay attention to this. Quote, no longer delivers the core content they signed up for. Now, that's not what the people said, because you can't have 1,100 people say the same thing unless that's quoting from the poll. And if that's quoting from the poll, then what that means is that the question had to have been, have you already canceled or intend to cancel your YouTube TV subscription because the service no longer delivers the core content you signed up for? Well, yes. If it continues to not provide that content, I bet they would say that they plan to, or would, because that's the other trick they're pulling off here, is they say
a push,
canceled or intend to cancel if it no longer delivers the core content they signed up for. Do you all see how the game is being played here?
The word "or" is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that particular.
Doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
30% of YouTube TV subs said they have subscribed or plan to subscribe directly to ESPN Unlimited or Hulu Plus Live TV to keep access to the sporting events and networks they want to watch. Boy, this is fun.
That is a push pull. That's a push pull.
Can I tell you guys, they gave it away though. If you got any knowledge of how this works, here's where we know it all falls apart. You ready? When asked who is to blame, I'm actually shocked they put this in here, because it gives the whole thing away to us. When asked who is to blame, 58% of those surveyed said both Disney and Google are equally at fault. Okay. And that's probably a lot of people who are just irritated. They want their football back. And who in the world, except for the crazy people like us, follow this stuff enough to know who's really at fault? So it makes total sense that 58% would throw their hands up in the air and say, I just want my football. They're both to blame. But look at the next part. 37% say Disney. Only 5% blame Google. Now, the reason that's interesting, panel, is because in a clash of these entertainment titans, it's not like Google engenders a lot of warm, fuzzy feelings. And Disney should. And yet, only 5% of the people out there said, oh, it's just totally 100% that evil giant tech company. Yet, more than 1/3 said it's Mickey Mouse.
I'm just interested.
What do you make about that?
I'm interested in all the questions they ask, because leading hypotheticals are just a form of push polling, and that will lead people down, and it'll lead you to the conclusions you want to get as well, but it'll lead people down maybe not really what they feel, but more of what's being presented. For example, would you vote for candidate X even though he may have committed tax fraud? That's a push pull. It's just, and as Christian identified, the word "or" in that one particular question, that's doing a ton of heavy lifting. Yeah. And look, you lead people down the path you want to take them if you're a disingenuous pollster. And that real quick, Culture, because we're passing by that phrase without some people knowing what it might mean. And so for the drive-by journalists out there who don't know, get your jumbo pencils ready. Culture, what is a push poll? It's a misleading kind of interactive form of getting an answer based on the structure of the question, which leads you to your desired conclusion.
Why do you think they told us the or?
Can I rephrase this a little bit? A push poll is not meant to take the temperature of a public opinion.
Right.
A push poll is intended to derive a specific result in order to change public opinion.
Yeah,
it's opposite of what a poll is. It's
a marketing strategy.
Tool. Propaganda.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you guys this then. Is that why they didn't give us the numbers for who said they've already canceled versus who would plan to cancel if this continues on?
Well, I agree. And also, when you watch the trades, they generally cover for or promote Disney. Now, I'm going to guess part of that is maybe Disney's kind of giving them a lot of ad dollars. I think the one recent example where Disney came under fire from the traditional press was Jimmy Kimmelgate, where the press was very angry that he was taken off the air briefly, and they didn't like that, and they were trying to scold Disney into doing the right thing. But generally speaking, Disney gets a free pass. The framing is pro-Disney. And all these things are interesting, and it's great we're talking about them. But I really wish there was a genuinely neutral part of the school curriculum that taught some of these principles. Because, we study this a lot and we kind of figure things out. But this is really important information to kind of understand how news is given to us. And listen, my kid goes to school, kids, and they're indoctrinated 24/7. It breaks my heart. And I talk to them about it. But what they really need to do is have like a boiled down version of what we're doing right now and just showing people how these things are manipulated.
Well, Christian, the plan here is, of course, that Variety puts this out. They combine together, everything that's in favor of Disney. They sink down to the bottom in like the 7th paragraph, that which would look good for YouTube. And then somebody else runs the article, or a lot of somebody else's run the articles, and they don't give us the numbers. They don't tell us that. They just say, whatever percentage of YouTube TV subscribers are preparing to cut the cord. And they link back to Variety, and the reader just goes through it and says, oh, no, YouTube is losing to Disney badly. Oh, man, I'm going to switch over to Hulu. And that's the way the game is played.
Yep.
So if we look at this, guys, how much longer does this go on, do we think? Like, how long do YouTube TV and Disney disagree? We've heard that, that YouTube, a.k.a. Google, a.k.a. Alphabet, wants to make an example out of Disney because they're tired of this. They're tired of their YouTube TV service having to get more expensive because of these people. And they want to crush Disney and then get those better deals down the road from others as well.
Yeah, I think it's like a continuation of things that have been happening since I was a kid, which is the I remember many times going to a channel where I was really excited to go see a show like after school show, and it's like, we're sorry, we're in a dispute with Fox about this channel. You're gonna have to, call this number if you want to fight back. Blah blah blah. It's how they're trying to get leverage over on each other. It's a tale as old as time, and this is just the newest version of it. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask a question, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'll wait because I got to ask Pro a question.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's just basically it's the same beat, but like it's a different song, but it has the same beat. I should say. It's how they've always done it. They've basically said, well, you know what? I have Hulu now, so now I want more money from you because now I have this platform where I can actually show it. And because YouTube TV is the primary provider of a lot of people, and it is continuing to grow quite substantially, they're trying to put leverage on YouTube. And I don't think it's the best move, but I don't think it's going to last too much longer because it's disadvantageous to everybody here, just like it always has been with the cable providers and the channels that they're trying to show. So it's just this. I don't see really much coming of it aside from that. And that's what it looked like to me. You remove all the technology, put it back to the set-top box on top of your tube TV. It's the same crap. It's the channels trying to get, the provider to give them more money or to give them curry more favor with them or put them in more packages or, whatever have you. But to me, it's just a newer version of that. Honestly, I guess I'm not looking into it any further, but.
Yep. Well, Tony Maglio is reporting this out of THR. Sinclair, that same affiliate that was so busy with Jimmy Kimmel that we brought up earlier, man, they got to be sick of Disney. They got to be sick of this because Sinclair and the other affiliates, they're the ones who are getting hosed because it turns out that these same affiliates, they get popped on YouTube TV, I suppose. Does anybody here on the panel, how this works and why the affiliates now are getting so angry about this?
Well, the affiliates have no choice. Essentially, they are they have so much stake in the programming that Disney puts out, but they have no control over it, and all they have is the local and trying to sell ads on the local. It's the same issue for movie theaters. Movie theaters have no control of the product, but bear all of the consequences of the lack of quality in the product. So the affiliates want things to go well, and the best they can do is say, no, we'll find something else. But that's not really great recourse for them. They have to come up with local programming to appeal to a local audience. So this is going to be an area of the market that will probably need new regulation as we go more global with entertainment.
Now, Nat, some people are saying that YouTube is on its back, that YouTube is diminished and decreasing, and we're watching the end of days coming up for YouTube. What do you make of all this? Do you think YouTube TV and YouTube are stronger than ever? What's the future look like, and how do they battle back against Disney? Let me just add this to that. YouTube, my understanding, and panel, you correct me if I'm wrong, YouTube is valued at something like $1 trillion, which is...
Look it up.
Go look it up for me, Jonas, real quick, if you don't mind. YouTube is valued at a huge amount of money, way bigger than the entirety of Disney. Nat, what do you think? Who's going to win this? Who comes out on top?
Well, I think in the general cultural context, at least from where I'm sitting, YouTube is doing a lot better, even if just YouTube TV by itself isn't. I'll be completely honest, I think it's just a US thing, if not a US-Canada thing for the YouTube TV. And at least in Mexico, YouTube viewership is growing a lot. I am in Mexico. But live streaming and a lot of also just regular content creators are coming up, and it's becoming bigger here. And people are watching live streams more than they used to and more than they watch like our national TV or even subscription channels. So I think maybe in the US it might be diminishing a little bit, but with maybe incoming issue with ad revenue for a lot of different entities, Google, etc., coming from websites and from search, which might be taken over by AI soon, or at least a little bit. I don't love that either. We might see a push towards more video ads that can be placed still amongst videos, and I think YouTube still has the bigger share of that. So I think we have to see what will happen also with the ads that might be taken away by AI because people aren't using it as much. Search.
I think the numbers point a different direction, though, rather than YouTube TV being diminished. Because if you follow the numbers, and we do here, we have a wonderful resource because Mac actually does all this research like openly for everybody to look at, and I want to say thank you to Mac for that. But consider this: that the vast majority of people watching YouTube are doing so on their television. Now, well, not the vast majority. Excuse me. They've grown on television. Because of set-top boxes, and people's viewership of YouTube isn't just restricted to their computer anymore, or their phone, or their tablet. They're watching it on their TVs via Roku and the connected televisions as well. So they've grown exponentially there. They also have, just for YouTube TV alone, over 10 million subscribers over there right now. Which, that's a pretty impressive little number. And I have a feeling that it will continue to grow. I think the Wall Street Journal called them the 800-pound gorilla in the room when it comes to, distributing these various products to other people. So I'm looking at the growth that YouTube TV has had despite its cost. But it's nowhere near as expensive as I've just seen some price increases that I think are going to be part of this show later on when it comes to Disney and their package bundle garbage. So I think if I were going to choose a product that served up live TV, I think I would probably go and subscribe for YouTube TV. Yeah. I just don't care about TV anymore.
I've got that number, by the way. So Disney is right where we thought they were, at $200 billion in market capitalization. Right. And we were slightly off on Google being a $1 trillion company. They're actually a $3.5 trillion company.
Wow.
Ooh. Good luck, Disney. Good luck. Oh, boy. Wow.
And they also control something that Nat mentioned briefly a few moments ago, their own ad distribution platform that everybody's whining about.
Can I just laugh a little bit more? Disney is at 200 billion, and YouTube is not its own company. It's a subsidiary of Alphabet. It's like worth $3 trillion.
It's like Bane in Dark Knight Rises putting his hand on that one guy's shoulder and say, "Do you feel like you're in charge now?"
It's like a parakeet taking on Shaquille O'Neal in an arm wrestling contest. It's not going to work. Stop it, Disney. Stop. Yeah. I'll tell you one final thing on this. I wish that YouTube TV would differentiate itself a little bit. Because it's very much just a streaming service that's just like cable, and that's what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But I wish it was more. I wish that YouTube TV would incorporate channels from the YouTube channels. If you get my drift, I wish. I don't know why. What would Mr. Beast do to be able to get a channel onto YouTube TV? Just run his shows, run his content, and have normal commercials in between them. Let whoever his people are program it. Do about the top 10 or 20 YouTube channels that want to do that. And you'd have something unique to offer. Disney's trying to buy up all this live sports stuff, but YouTube should lean into what makes them special and what it is. The content creators, the independent content creators that exist on YouTube, the democratization of merit and ability that has utterly defeated the legacy media. Final thoughts, guys. Final thoughts.
Well, I think. Sorry.
Please, Mo.
On that point right there, as much money as these YouTube channels pull in, and you have these legacy networks that are coming in, like you start commingling those. A lot of those legacy media outlets are going to be like, "Why aren't we getting as much money as Mr. Beast? Why aren't we getting as much?" I feel like there is going to be a lot of consternation from the legacy side, as opposed to the new guard like Mr. Beast. I feel like you mix those two together. I think it's a great idea. I just think the logistics of it would be like just pure hell. Excuse my French.
Who's the weather guy, Mo? What's the name of the weather guy on YouTube now that's taken off? Max Velocity. Max Velocity. There's a YouTube channel out there, Max Velocity.
That sounds like a Simpsons joke right there.
It's one guy, in his studio talking about the weather day after day. He could take on the freaking Weather Channel. It's on YouTube TV for like 1/1000th the budget.
And look, I'm going to point something out that nobody took advantage of, and I tried to multiple times, but the logistics of it were just too difficult for one singular person to try. But you have the ability if you decide to be a developer for Roku, to actually create your own Roku channel and release all your own content there. And there's a subscription model you could create for that would, if you banded together with a few other creators, you could basically become your own, the competition for the legacy, as Mo pointed out. So I think that that's a genius idea, Pro. I think that it's silly that YouTube hasn't leaned into it. They're trying to push this idea of the collaborator thing, which doesn't seem to be working very well. I would like to collaborate with other creators that are in the same sphere and build an actual channel that people could follow us all on. And we would split revenue, subscription revenue from that channel specifically.
Yeah. One thing I'll also point out here, Disney is supposedly losing $5 million a day for every day that they're not on YouTube TV. And
that's a lot of money.
That is, well, it is until you realize that they probably spent $400 million on the production and marketing of Snow White. So one Snow White is equal to almost the better part of 3 months of a blackout of the Disney channels on YouTube TV. So,
Well, and so estimate the costs of what it cost them for Sinclair and Nexstar and other people not airing their garbage on this affiliate channels.
Yep.
Garbage, they call it these days, culture.
Oh,
Be cultured.
Sorry.
All right, folks, who will win, who will lose? Well, we found out today something that I bet you didn't know. How many times bigger is YouTube than Disney? All of Disney? Every bit of Disney?
15, 18, 20 times. Pick a number.
Yeah. I think the French word there is beaucoup. It's always sad when one of these video ends, and yet it is the beginning of the wait for the next one to land. 4 times a day right here on the Pro Channel. And by the way, there's plenty more on our partner channels. That Part Place, That Pod Place, That Game Place. And go check out the original music we have on stations like Vacation Radio. We'd love to have you, love to entertain you. At least we'll do a better job than some of the current entertainment companies. Folks, like, share, subscribe, and you know what? Drop a comment right on down below. Share this out anywhere you go on social media. And until the next time, we have the honor, the pleasure of getting to spend time with you when you choose to invite us into your day to add the value that we hope to bring your way. We ask that you keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Jump into the water. Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. So I give them hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.